Imagine controlling your computer just with your thoughts. Yes, you think it and it's done. Well, that's no more science fiction. Meet Noland or Borg. In 2016, our Borg met with an accident in the United States. He suffered a severe spinal cord injury that left him paralyzed from the shoulders down. 8 years passed. In February 2024, Borg caught the attention of the world. The reason? Neuralink. Now, the billionaire, Elon Musk's startup Neuralink, implanted a chip in Borg's brain. Now, what was this chip about? The chip allows a patient to use their thoughts to control a computer. Neuralink's implants work by embedding a small container in the skull. It contains a processing chip and battery, along with 64 fine threads that connect with brain tissue and interact with the neural signals it sends out. The chip was surgically placed using a robot in the part of the brain that controls movement. And the idea was to create a brain-computer interface so that people can control a computer cursor or keyboard using their thoughts. On the screen, you can see how Borg is moving the cursor just by his thoughts. He is even playing online games like chess through his mind, thanks to the brain-computer interface. Things were going normally, but then came the glitch. After a few weeks of the brain implant, Neuralink scientists noticed that some of the chip's threads started detaching from the brain tissue. As a result, the device's functionality began to decrease. However, Neuralink said it resolved the issue. Neuralink is currently working on enhancing text entry and cursor control for its device. The company's long-term vision is to enable users to control physical devices like robotic arms and wheelchairs. Before we move further, let's get a quick rundown on what Neuralink is all about. Neuralink is a neurotech company founded by Elon Musk and a team of 7 experts in neuroscience, biochemistry, and robotics back in 2016. They set out to create a device that can insert super thin threads into the brain, pick up signals, and create a brain-computer interface. Sounds cool, right? But here's the thing. The human brain is crazy complex. We're talking 100 billion neurons, each connecting with over 1,000 others, with electrical impulses flying around at lightning speed. It's a daunting task. Initially, Neuralink planned to start human testing in 2020, but that got pushed back to 2023. The US Food and Drug Administration gave them the green light for human trials in September 2023. Before Neuralink implanted its tech in humans, they spent years testing it on animals like sheep, pigs, and monkeys. But regulators started investigating their animal testing labs, and earlier this year, they found some issues with quality control and record keeping at the facility. Neuralink was valued at a whopping $5 billion last year. The company has been bragging about the success of their first implant, calling themselves the top player in brain chip tech. But despite the hype, the device is still in its infancy, and the company's latest reveal highlights just how untested and complex this experimental procedure really is. Neuralink hopes to implant their device in more people. However, technical issues and FDA approval remain hurdles, but Neuralink is not alone in this space. For instance, Australian neurotech startup Synchron, backed by Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, has already implanted its device in 10 people and recently launched a patient registry in preparation for a larger clinical trial. The sharp contrast with Synchron's device is that it does not require a cut in the skull to install its implant. Its stent-like device is inserted through the patient's blood vessels. The device allows people with limited physical mobility to operate technology like smart home devices and cursors with their mind. Companies in this field are all working towards a similar goal: to capture brain signals and transmit them into action or even speech. Experts say the more electrodes are inserted into the brain, the more complex and risky the surgery becomes. But the upside is that they can pick up more precise brain signals, which could potentially enable devices to decipher speech. That's exactly what companies like Neuralink are aiming for, to capture high-quality brain activity that could make their devices super accurate and powerful. So, it's a delicate balance between risk and reward. China is also making moves in the brain-computer interface space, and it's getting competitive with the West. But what's more concerning is China's focus on developing non-invasive BCIs for the general population, not just medical patients. Now it's raising some questions about what this tech could mean for society. Most importantly, there is no clear information on how users can control their personal data and brain activity. That's a major red flag. It means people's privacy could be at risk, and their brain chip could be used to spy on them. It's like, what if someone can access your thoughts without your consent? Now, brain-computer interfaces hold immense potential for people with paralysis or other disabilities. However, the technology is still in its infancy, and there are significant challenges to overcome, both technical and ethical. The future of mind-machine connection is here, but will it be a revolution for humanity or a dystopian nightmare? That's all in this edition of Connecting the Dots. We will see you next week with more raging issues. Until then, it's goodbye from all of us here in the Delhi newsroom. Take care and stay safe.